guest with me, Shajaunna Jordan. How you
Yes,
doing, Miss Jordan?
I am well today. How are you, Ty?
I'm doing wonderful. I'm doing wonderful. So just a few things y'all might want to know about Shajaunna is she went to New Southern New Hampshire University. She got a degree in sports management and athletic administration. She has a master's in that. I'm sorry, not a degree. She has a master's in that. She's the commissioner of the IPWBL League, and she also has an agency called First. What is it? First Ladies First Sports Agency, correct?
Yeah.
Ladies First Sports Agency. She has the shirt on. I give me one of them shirts too. So all right. So what inspired you to start Ladies First Sports Agency?
Well, the beginning is always what gets people is the fact that I've coached at the high school level. I've coached at
Okay.
the college level. And I've taught at the high school level and the college level for over 13 years. I'm a former scholarship student athlete. I have 4 degrees. I have an associate's, a bachelor's, 2 masters,
Ooh.
certificate in athletic administration. So I am used to being a head coach, running every facet of my program and just seeing everything through to the end. For me, Ladies First actually began with my high school coach, like Chris Pruitt. She would always
Okay.
tell us on the court, you do what you got to do, you take care of your business, but off that court, you're a lady. So I thought about it, ladies first. You're always a lady, no matter what you do or whatever situation that you're being put in. But you always attack the situation and you don't hold back from it. So with Ladies First, I actually wanted to help women pursue their lifelong dream of playing professional sports, not just basketball, because I'm going with what I know right now, only
Okay.
because is more prevalent. And I'm looking to push more women into other professional sports that I know are being played overseas. I'm just looking for the right agents to make those connections and the right teams and clubs, but we'll go with this basketball thing for now. So generally my agency it comprise is of the sports division, and I also have a subsidiary men's management as well, men two sports management, and my IPWBL league. I am the first woman to actually own her own league and all the teams
Wow.
in the league. I have 3 regions now. I have Midwest region, which holds 4 teams. Right now, it's holding the Chicago Breeze, the Indy Bandits, the Memphis Blaze, and I'll be starting a team in Milwaukee called the Boom. In the Southern region, I have Texas Triangle. I have the Dallas Twisters, the Houston Titans, and the San Antonio Surge. And we have a team from Oklahoma. And I don't own that team. I did allow this woman into the league, so it would definitely help my Southern region out. And I'm expanding to the East Coast, and we'll have a Southeastern region in Virginia, South and North Carolina, and Georgia.
Okay.
So
North Carolina.
yeah, I do a lot. I do a lot. It's been 5 years. I've always done these ventures for women and girls in sport. I am the only sole proprietor that is the sponsor for all of this for the last five
Wow.
years. I've never had any sponsors. This year we've gotten a couple sponsors, but more than anything, everything is delegated from my income. So I try to make sure I have monies for my women every season so they can travel and play. And actually, next weekend, we're done. This weekend, we have our final regular season game, and that is going to be the San Antonio Surge versus the Oklahoma Lady Outlaws versus the San Antonio Surge. It will be in San Antonio.
Okay.
And next weekend, we're in Houston for the championship. We start early, with my league and stuff. So my agency does just that, help women with the opportunities, but I knew I needed clients first. So I
Yeah.
started my teams and then I started my league. And now I can pick from my league when all of my clients have been signed and get those women opportunities as well. So it's always a benefit to have a agency attached to your league, or an agent that is reliable and dependable attached to your professional, semi-pro teams, however you want to call them. For me, it's just all women's basketball.
Most definitely. Got you. Women's basketball. So so you got a lot going on. How do you manage it? Like for someone that's looking at getting into it, what advice would you give them on how to manage their time properly?
Oh, time management is always key. You
Yeah.
have to prioritize. You have to prioritize what is most important versus what it can be done in a couple weeks from now versus a couple of days from now, and that works for me. I mean, I have everything. The best part about the situation is that I created all of this. So I know how to prioritize and manage this. I don't work for somebody. This is not somebody else's business. This is
Yeah.
mine. You know, I'm the first woman to ever have a female focused sports agency, not just in the United States, but in the world. So that in itself takes a lot. Excuse me, takes a lot. So I try to delegate all of my time towards the most important thing that makes everything run. So I would say definitely prioritizing and knowing what it is that you want to do. The most important thing that needs to be done that's going to get you the funds or get you the ability to finish the rest of your projects.
Got you. Got you. So I wanted to ask you a personal question for me. I'm just now getting into to coaching women.
Mhm.
I'm coaching a middle school girls team, so this will be my first year being like a head coach. I've coached a rec for a while, but it was always boys. So I've been gifted this opportunity to coach girls. Well, what advice would you give me as someone that's never done it before, or that's always been around basketball, but never experienced dealing with I guess teenage girls?
Be patient.
Okay.
Be patient and listen. Okay. I know your job as a coach is to guide and lead and make sure that they understand and have the fundamental skill development, know your offense, learn the defense, but just be patient with them. Lots of times girls, they lack self-confidence. They lack the support of saying that someone saying that you can do this. Don't worry about it. It may not look good right now, but we're going to keep doing this every practice until we all look awesome. I mean, listening to them as well, not listen to excuses. You know what I mean? You got to separate those, but listening to their feelings about when they're on the floor and how they're approaching certain situations. So I would definitely say be patient and listen to them because I already know you have the skill set to teach them. So that's not going to be difficult. But repetition is always the key, and being patient and listening to them and just pushing it through. Those girls need that. Just the support. Tell them they look good. You look good doing that. You're going off the right foot. You're going off the wrong foot. You don't look good doing that. That's not proper. So you have to make sure you're correct. Show proper technique with these girls because right now, when I was coaching, I had to have at least 30 to 45 minutes of fundamentals before my practices. And this is collegiate level. I mean, even though you should do that, but it was just teaching it all over again. And because you have them at a young age, they have no bad habits. No bad habits.
Yeah, that's one way. I didn't think about that part, the no bad habits part. I know for me, coaching, and I'm pretty sure you probably can attest to this. It just amazes me where some people have gotten to. I know you coach college, so it's at a much higher level. But it's amazing to me where some people have gotten to and don't know certain things. Like, I coached 17U, which is like the highest level of rec you can coach. And so, I get a lot of guys and I'm like, who knows how to do a 2-3? And maybe 2 or 3 people raise their hand. I'm like, what the hell? Like, what kind of basketball y'all been playing? Because nobody really plays. A lot of people don't play man like that. You know what I mean? Just unless you're playing yada, yada, yada. But, in most of rec leagues, early on in early ages, a lot of people play rec because, a lot of people just can't play man to man. I feel like man is the hardest defense to truly learn because it's not just guarding your man. It's a lot. It's switching. It's knowing when to leave somebody, knowing when to be 1 pass away, 2 pass away. Different things like that. Have you ran into a lot of those issues at the collegiate level as well?
Absolutely, absolutely. And you're going to run into that everywhere, even on the professional level, because you would have coaches that would know how to play a 2-3 zone or a 32 matchup, or even knowing that when you're playing a man to man, there's always help side defense. Ball is on a strong side, weak side needs help. So it's all of those things that are, not being taught. They're not learning basketball IQ. And that is the hardest part for us as college coaches and as professionals. Because when I send out film for women and men that have played at the collegiate level, and some coaches call back and critique, or, they text back or email back with their opinions of that individual, and it's primarily to deal with fundamentals, basic basketball IQ. Where should I go when the man attacks or penetrates the basket? IQ, they are totally lacking it. You know why? Because we got James Harden, triple step traveling, stepping back. We got a NBA not even calling these calls at all. So these kids, LeBron, do it. No, that's not.
Have you seen the trainer? I don't know what his name is. Have you seen the trainer that's showing all these moves? It's like, I have to probably send you the video later on, but he's doing he's dang near doing like hopscotch out there, where he's hopping over here, he's hopping over there, then he's stepping back, and then it's ridiculous. And I think this guy's a trainer. It's ridiculous.
It's sad. And that's just along with the moves. Like, I couldn't believe that most players don't know that there's 5 spots on the floor. If it's 5 spots on the floor, that means that you have to move and rotate to those areas whenever the ball is moved. But now our kids, they stand, they wait, they watch. What's going to happen over there? Oh, okay. Well, let me move. Or no, I'm gonna stay right here. That type of situation is just horrible for these kids now, and it's not helping their IQ.
It's not. I agree with you.
It's like that on a professional level, like I said, because you think about this. The only way they really survive on the professional level is if they go over there and learn the system. You have to learn the European system. You are now not an American where you are used to our rules and regulations and our officials, the calls that they may make. Over there, it may be totally different. The lane lines are different. The hash marks are different. Like everything is going to be different, and they don't understand that. And that's why I created my show new to this, because all of them are new to it. And they don't realize that it's not just about you knowing how to play basketball and putting the ball in the basket and scoring.
There's more to it.
Work within the system with their players as well, because you are brought there to help them win, not to tell them what you can do and how you can do it. So that's where we're lost in the sauce. No IQ, and the coaches aren't helping at all.
So I'm glad you said that, because that's what next thing I want to talk about, your thing that you're doing new to this, your live that you're doing. So what would be the top 3? No, you were top 5. What would be the top 5 things that you would like to tell someone that's trying to go overseas? Because I run into a lot of guys and a lot of girls, a lot of men and a lot of women, we'll put it like that, that's trying to go overseas. You know what I mean? But a lot of people don't even know where to start. They don't know if they should get an agent. They don't know if like video metrics. So what's the top 5 things you would say? Well, first, give me a order of what they would need to do to go overseas. And next, give me the top 5 most important things that they would need.
Well, pretty much everything just starts basic with the player profile. I would definitely say if you are thinking of going overseas, this is something that you can do on your own. You have to compile all of your stats from every institution you've ever played at. You must have full game film and highlight film. And if you have either one, we don't need any music, because they don't know who Young Gunna is and all them. Okay.
Yeah.
So don't need that. It looks good to us, and it may go with the beat, but it's not needed. Okay. YouTube links. You cannot use Google links or anything like that. You have to upload your video to YouTube, and from there get that link, and that is how you're going to be able to share your own personal video and attach it to that player profile that's needed. Okay. Once they've compiled that information with the player profile, then now you have to search. You either want to search for an agent or you want to search for an agency. You want either one. So now when you get a position, you're not out there. They're not sending you someplace where you don't know what's happening. If something goes wrong, you now have someone to contact that can contact the coach, the president immediately and let them know what's happening and how things need to be fixed. So seeking out an agent or an agency is always great. Honestly, you will have a super hard time finding an agent, singular, only because they will have, if they're an independent agent, they'll have a lot of people on their plate. So that they'll have less time to talk to you. And especially if you're a rookie and you don't have any overseas experience, they're definitely going to wait to even think about promoting you or to help you. So the process of doing your player profile, researching agents and agencies always give you an option of speaking to more than one individual, because now you can contact multiple people just in case something is not going right, or if you feel like your agent hasn't been in contact with you in a long period of time. And that is almost the difference between having an agent and being with an agency, because now you have multiple people to contact. Once you've found your agent or your agency, then they do the work for you. Honestly, our agency, we aren't like other agencies. We don't charge you a fee up front. We do a free athlete evaluation over the phone. You send us all of your, you send us your player profile. I review it before we get on the phone, just so I can be abreast with who I'm speaking with and your experience. I will give you an honest evaluation. If you are not marketable, I cannot sign you. However, I do have and do offer a lot of things throughout the year that can help you increase your chances of becoming marketable and receiving a job overseas. So it really comes all in all with an evaluation process. So if the evaluation comes back and says, hey, your experience or your athletic ability is that of a rookie status, the jobs that you would probably receive will be between €350 to €500. However, lots of those opportunities are great for rookies because now they can go over and make a name for themselves. And now we can start to pursue other opportunities over in Europe or in Mexico or wherever in the world, in Canada, wherever the need is, that's where we'll send you. But we always make sure within an agency setting that our clients are well taken care of and that their deals are solid and that they are what they are. What happens is we have a lot of clients or a lot of potential athletes send their player profiles and they look great. And when you see them in person, they don't look the same.
What you mean? The person doesn't look the same?
They don't look the same athletically. They don't look the same strength-wise. They don't look the same.
Oh, okay. Like they video fish or catfish, something like that, right?
Yes, that's exactly what happens. Yeah. I'm telling you. And guess what? They come home in December because they weren't who they say they were, and now I'm sending somebody else over to complete the season.
You know what? I used to help a lady with she has a team in the ECBL. I don't know if you ever heard of it, but it's like a men's basketball league. And me and her, we would look at it. She's like, "Yo, look at this tape, Ty." So I look at the tape. Oh, this guy looks pretty good. And he comes to practice, and you're like, "Who is this?" Like I'm like, "Yo, who is this?" Oh, that's the dude that was. I'm like, "Nah, that ain't him." But I've seen it opposite too. I've seen somebody on video, and you're like, man, they look kind of small, you know. And then you see them in person, you're like, whoa. Like, cause I'm not a short person. I'm like 6'4". So
Okay.
when I see a guy, and I'm like, well, he's like 6'6", 6'7". Like I feel like this. If somebody makes me feel small, then they're big.
Exactly.
You know what I
Exactly.
mean?
Exactly. Yeah, definitely. Because I'm 6 foot. So, I mean, I'm always surrounded by people that are either taller than me or extremely smaller than me.
Mm-hmm.
And when I see clients, I always gauge them by my height. So if you're
Yeah.
not taller than me, forget about it. Like if you can, if I cannot do it, I can't sell you because they're not looking for those little guards now. You see how the game has changed. They need big guys. They want big guards, 6'5" guards, 6'7".
Man, listen,
You know,
I see it all the time, Shajaunna. Like a lot of times when I be looking at these teams that's looking, they're looking for 6'5", like you said, 6'5" guards. They're looking for 6'8" wings. Like
yes,
that. Like I tell people if you're like the shorter guys, like the 5'8", the 5'9", the 5'10", you have to be exceptional at what you do.
thank you. And that's what I try to explain to them all the time. You guys have to realize you have to be so tenacious on defense.
Mm-hmm.
You have to be a cookie monster. You got to be a thief on those fields.
Facts.
And not only that, you got to be creative and a playmaker because you got to make sure you directing traffic properly and putting people in the right positions. So even if you penetrate and drive and you kick, they gonna be there to get it. So it's just like you have to be exceptional, like Nate Robinson type deal.
Mm-hmm.
Average male height, but exceptional ability when it comes to the basketball court. But a lot of our athletes don't really think about taking care of their bodies either because they don't do yoga, they don't do Pilates, they don't make themselves flexible. So now you got a guy running up and down the floor just stiff.
Looking like a robot, huh?
They don't want that. So, wanting to go overseas is awesome, but then also mentally, here it is. They're not tough enough. Because they don't realize that once you leave the United States, nothing is the same. There are no corner stores that's open to 10 p.m. There's no movie theaters that's open. Sometimes they don't even have streets or sidewalks, as far as, so in a lot of countries, you have to be in before 10 p.m., so it's a lot of things that mentally that I don't think a lot of our athletes are ready for because they display it right here at home. The lack of work ethic, the lack of nutrition, within them for themselves. They definitely don't wear masks, so they don't care about their health right now. And they're still trying to go overseas. But when you have to take that 72-hour PCR COVID test before you leave and it comes up negative, then that's a whole nother story after you sign the contract. Now you have to pay back your flight and all of that stuff.
Yeah. I didn't know that.
And that's only because they tested positive for COVID.
Wow.
And that's why I said these athletes now, we mentally prepared? No. Physically prepared? No. Just not at all. Just not at all. And I want them to realize that it takes a lot. It takes a lot to go overseas. It's not just, want to take pictures and post them on Snapchat in my, European uniform or on my flight, on my Turkish Air's flight, just to show everybody that I got a position, like that in itself it has to stop. But it's more so we have to educate them. Okay. So I talked about the other day about the awareness of being a professional and when are boys told that they can become a professional versus girls.
So what would you say the difference is?
Boys are told at elementary school,
okay,
oh, that boy gonna be good. He gonna go to the league.
Yeah, you're right. If he's good, yeah.
Does that happen for girls? No, not at all. It's
So
not an option.
So that segues into something else I wanted to ask you. So I seen somebody say on Twitter the other day, they was like, if they were a girl, they would have went D1. And I was kind of confused by that. So I'm like, well, so what is he saying that that it's easier to go D1 as a female than it is as a man? Like, I don't. Like, I'm pretty sure you've experienced because you play college ball.
Yes.
It's harder, or you think it's the same, or what would you say?
It is difficult.
Okay.
Because everybody can't play at the Division I level, and I hate that kids get caught up in that because that's where you think you're going to get the most opportunities. No, you literally make and pave your own way. You do not allow a division of an institution to tell you that this is the only way you're going to make it. And I hate that they get caught up in that whole scenario of the Division I, Division II. It doesn't matter. But as a girl, please. And it's the hardest thing to do, to even get looked at and considered at the D1 level. For girls, do you know how many showcases they have to go to? Do you know how many Nike EYBLs they ought to attend and rank and be number one? And I mean, it's just just harder. And now with the help of like entities of like Ball is Life and I can't remember the other Overtime, they're now showing these girls that can sauce and cross and do the same thing that boys can do. And even saucing the boys up when they playing with them on their teams. So it's like those type of things, as far as exposure and girls being told at a young age that it's a possibility that you could go overseas. I mean, really, we skipping the WNBA right now because most women in the WNBA work, So it's like them working and playing in the WNBA is not like the men where all they have to do is play in the NBA and nothing else but appearances and endorsements and things like that,
Oh yeah, now you're definitely right about that. I can't even remember. I was trying to find out what the young lady name is that. That's her name. So I know Sanaya Rivers is from around. Well, she's not from around here, but she's kind of close to where I'm from. Have you heard of her?
No.
Okay. Yeah, she's one of the best high school players, I guess, coming up. So she's from Wilmington, North Carolina. But I mean, we get an opportunity, just check her out. I'll email you. I'll send you her name. But she's pretty good. I want to say she's going to South Carolina, but if I'm not mistaken, does she have 1 year left? No, I think she's done. But
this year.
Yeah, so I think this is her. She's already signed with South Carolina, but yeah, she'll be in South Carolina this year. So, but yeah, most definitely. But I mean, you're right. A lot of those ladies, the WNBA do work. A lot of them have to turn around and go back overseas, and I think that's crazy. I think they have to figure that out though, because I don't know how much money is enough money. You know what I mean? I don't know like what makes sense. I don't know what women make overseas. So I think that's definitely something the WNBA has to figure out. I know one way. I think, in my opinion, they have to figure out a way to generate more money. They have to figure out a way to even promote it better, because sometimes I don't even know when they're playing if you don't seek out the information. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely.
So I think that's something that we're going. So the last question I want to ask you is, how do you feel about like camps? Like I know people that have they come and they have like these overseas camps or these camps. How do you feel about those type of camps that they have?
Honestly, I think they're always a good showing for agents.
Mm-hmm.
But when you promote that there are going to be overseas clubs or teams there, you have to be truthful. I honestly, when I always go live, I always have a lot of my agent friends, club friends, team owners. They always look at our lives. Whenever I post for my women, because I get actual messages asking about specific people that they've just seen. So I think that yes, for agents that are local or agents that are in the areas, that it is great for those showcases, because they do have the personal relationship to network with the actual club or team overseas, and then that individual can get that opportunity. But I think that when they are promoting and saying that these individuals are going to be here at this point right now, that's an utter and complete lie. Only because of the COVID situation, the visa situation, them coming over, it's just like really not possible. In most cases, unless they're in Mexico. So that's different.
Yeah.
Unless they're in Mexico, that's different. But other than that, no one from Europe will be coming over to do anyone unless, and if they do a live stream, you want to at least ask for the list of the clubs and the teams that actually checked in on the live.
And another, I wanted to ask you something else. As far as, well, I do want to show off your website. I do want to give people a look at that because, I have a lot of people that always asking me about going overseas. Like, Ty, where do I start? So most definitely, for now on, I'm going to push them to you. You know what I mean? So most definitely because that's what it's all about. At the end of the day, it's about shedding light on you and getting more people to know about you. So I do want to show y'all this. Ladies First Sports Agency. So if you have any questions, you can get them here. You could go on here. You can contact them. This is the young lady we're talking to right now. Shajaunna.
You can yeah, that's me. You can go up into appointments and then this is the straight tutorial of how you can do it. Those are some basketball events normally, but scroll down to the bottom. Wait when the page finished loading. Yep, now scroll back up. There it goes.
Oh, okay, got you.
Yep. So right here is where you can get that athlete evaluation for free, 35 minutes with myself or with the commissioner of whatever region, or if you're going to pursue a career overseas, you do it with me. So if you're female, you click the book for Ladies First. If you're a male, you click the book for Men Too. For Men Too Sports Management. And that's when we'll go over everything, your player profile, your highlight film. We'll discuss whether or not if you are marketable or if we can host, if we host events that you would be able to utilize to enhance your skill development, strength and conditioning, whatever it is we think you need to do in order to obtain that position overseas, we're going to help you get to it.
Most definitely. So like she said, man, the best comparison I could give it is an agency is like signing with a bigger record label. You know what I mean? Like a major record label, and looking for an agent is kind of like being independent because it's going to be a lot more. So most definitely. So agency, I didn't know there was a difference until now. So you educated me on this, and I got a few guys most definitely that I'll be sending your way that they need some guidance on what they should be. No, I mean I'm being serious because I run into a lot of guys that's very talented, and I know that talent, and just from talking to you today, I know that talent only will get you so far, but it's a lot of the professional teams that the teams look at. You know what I mean? Are you marketable? I know me and you kind of had this discussion off camera, but even your email address. You don't want to have a big booty girl, bootylicious 2019. As your email address. It's just trying to keep professional. And I think it's dope that you that you want to educate people, because a lot of people in your position, they be like, look, man, this is what it is. And it is what it is. You're right. They don't care. So I think it's great that you do care and that you're willing to educate others. And I want to salute you for that. We like to give people their flowers while they're here. So, like I say, man, if you play any sports, so what other sports are you looking into getting into overseas? We'll talk about that and then we get out.
Volleyball, women's rugby, women's football. The waffle here, I want to get some women in those positions there, because that in itself, that is a big league. So I really want to help women in those positions that want to play rugby, that want to play football, that want to play volleyball, fast pitch as well. That is
Okay.
huge. We have professional fast pitch here in the U.S. We actually have a team here in Chicago called the Chicago Bandits. It's
Wow, I
professional
did
fast
not know
pitch.
that.
Yeah,
Hmm.
we have three professional teams. We have our Stars for the soccer team,
Okay.
and we have the Chicago Bandits for the fast pitch, and
Hmm.
we got the Chicago Sky
Okay.
for
And
basketball.
and that's dope. That's another reason why I wanted to talk to you too, because I was telling my wife about you, and she's from Illinois, so I know you're from Chicago, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's from Peoria. So I was telling her about. She was like, "Man, that's crazy. That somebody would start a agency for women. Be the first one and
Mhm.
be from Chicago." So she was saying that. So salute to you for that too.
Thank
So
you.
most definitely. So before we get out of here, I just wanted you to let the people know where they can find you. Obviously, at your website, as we previously showed. Is there any other way? I know you have Facebook, and I'm pretty sure you have. I know you have LinkedIn. I think I seen you on LinkedIn as
Yeah.
well too.
We
So
got LinkedIn, we got Facebook and
okay.
Instagram. Everything is Ladies First Sports Agency. And for the league, it's IPWBL League. IPWBL League. And for the girls club is Genesis underscore girls underscore basketball. I have girls teams attached to all my women's teams. So I do
Okay.
girls leagues and all that good stuff. So
Oh man, that's dope.
looking to move it on up, and I got a Girls Become Women Sports Foundation, so that'll be heading all of my girls clubs once I get all that. We're already established 501c. I just haven't found the right people to work it. You got to
Gotcha.
get people that have hearts and lots of compassion for girls and want to work with them. So yeah, that's where you guys can find me. Always feel free to reach out. I don't have a problem with answering any questions. I will always be honest and truthful, because I don't want you to go out here and get your feelings hurt or get put in a situation and you can't get yourself out. And I just would prefer for you to ask first.
Yeah, most definitely. And leave them crooked agencies alone and go holler at my girl Shajaunna. I done seen y'all guys where y'all talking about, I ain't gonna get into that today. We'll talk about that another day. But I done seen these guys talking about they going overseas and I look and they playing in the outside league. Like, what agents that sold y'all on, man? Leave them crooked agents alone, man. Huh?
Street ball legends.
Yeah, I know, right? And one mixtape style.
That's
So
it.
yeah, crazy. But most definitely they need to talk to you and support the league, man.
Yeah.
She have shirts, go on to IPWL League and check it out, man. Get you a shirt. I'm gonna get me a shirt. I'm gonna rock it on the show coming up soon, probably next month. But I'm gonna get a shirt, man. Like I said, we're
We're
gonna
going to send you a championship a t-shirt. We can't release them yet because they ain't won the championship yet. So
okay.
when I get those, I'm gonna make sure I send you one.
Oh yeah, most definitely. Like I said, we'll support it any way we can. And we'll see y'all next time. And hopefully you'll be seeing some more stuff with me and Shajaunna. Maybe we could do something else down the road.
Yes.
I might need to get to one of these games so I can get on the mic and do a little broadcasting. I'll just mess with you. But most definitely though, you never know what might be going on.